Of all of the different mission types in video games, prison escapes are some of the most enticing. There's the dread of being trapped, followed by the anticipation of planning one's escape, and the feeling of freedom, along with potentially exacting revenge on one's captors, is also sweet. Let's take a look at 10 of the most intense prison escape sequences in games. Prison Heist. Dying Light. The free Prison Heist DLC exists outside of the main story and sees Kyle Crane infiltrating a prison full of guards and infected for supplies, weapons, and more. Upon entering, the player must dispatch guards and navigate multiple cell blocks, fighting off infected along the way, with things getting even crazier as multiple volatiles are discovered. This culminates in a battle with waves of virals, including 2 demolishers, before the prison's armory is unsealed. But that's not the end. A timer starts counting down and you need to grab the loot inside and escape before it expires. All in all, a great test of one's combat and parkour prowess, not to mention an awesome speedrunning exercise. Bargate Prison, Fable. Bargate Prison is a rather notorious location in Fable, isolated as it is from the rest of the world. The hero of Oakvale, aka the player, ventures there to rescue their mother Scarlet, but quickly finds themselves imprisoned. This results in participating in a race, dealing with the warden's poetry and spending a year in captivity before one can eventually break out. Even after regaining your equipment, defeating the guards, and rescuing Scarlet, a fight with the powerful Kraken awaits in the underground chamber. Greater Ford Prison, Resistance 3.
I have a plan to escape, but we need to move quickly. You see that drone up there? There are 4 of them around the prison. You need to disable them. Here, I made something that should keep you safe. You can pull the trigger to fire quickly.
The world of Resistance 3 is brutal enough, what with the Chimera going full genocide mode on humanity after the second game. But Greater Ford Prison is especially nasty. After the original guards fled, it was taken over by the prisoners, with Mick Cutler leading the pack. Along with capturing random people and having them work as slaves, they would be forced to engage in battles to the death, with the losers either fed to Chimera in the pit or displayed on meat hooks. Protagonist Joseph Campbell's escape is especially harrowing in this regard, first shuttling down drones to lure the outside Chimera forces to the prison, and then surviving the pit. A full-scale battle breaks out between the Chimera and prisoners amid the chaos, and Joseph faces Cutler in a brutal melee battle and finally shoots him in the head before escaping. Ys 9, Monstrum Nox. The beginning of Ys 9 Monstrum Nox is pretty straightforward. As series protagonist Adol Kristen, you must break out of Balduck Prison to escape execution. This involves fighting monsters, gaining monstrum powers, and ultimately going on the run as a fugitive. Due to some unique circumstances, however, Adol remains in Balduck, learning more about the history of the city and prison. It's also not long before he's venturing back inside, along with his fellow monstrums, running up walls, knocking out guards, gliding and grappling, in addition to coordinating with someone on the inside, to instigate more daring prison breaks. Groznyj Grad, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. The prison escape from Metal Gear Solid is pretty much legendary at this point. By crawling on the ground and using ketchup, Solid Snake fools the guard into thinking that he's dead and makes his escape. A similar situation occurs in Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, when Naked Snake needs to escape from Groznyj Grad, this time using a fake death pill. The twist is that the revival pill is needed afterwards to neutralize the effects, so Snake can very well die if he isn't careful. Of course, if that doesn't work, one could also access the door's frequency and open it. Another intriguing method is to make Snake sick, causing him to vomit and having the guard enter the cell. This can be done by eating spoiled food or going into the cure menu and spinning him around, thus causing motion sickness. Snake would later return to Groznyj Grad for an epic encounter with Volgin in the Shagohod, but that's another matter entirely. The Chronicles of Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay. As a prequel to Pitch Black, The Chronicles of Riddick Escape from Butcher Bay does more than reveal how Riddick received his signature eyes. It details his numerous escape attempts from Butcher Bay Correctional Facility, whether it's crawling through the sewers, fighting guards, or crashing into the warden's office. With gameplay influences like Punch-Out!, Thief, and Deus Ex, and movies like Escape from Alcatraz as their inspiration, Escape from Butcher Bay proved that movie tie-in games could be great, if not a major step above the movies themselves. Mission 1, Nioh. Team Ninja's Nioh doesn't immediately thrust you into demon-slaying action. Instead, protagonist William is tasked with escaping his cell in the Tower of London. Though serving as a tutorial for the game's combat and key management, there are still plenty of tense moments, like having to sneak by guards until you get a weapon. Even with some decent equipment, however, the guards aren't necessarily pushovers. Just when freedom seems to be in sight, William has to go up against Derek the Executioner, who is subsequently transformed into a demon. Eventually you're free, but things only get more difficult upon traveling to Japan. Infernal Place, Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. Set before the events of the first Uncharted, the second chapter in Uncharted 4 sees Nathan, Sam, and Rafe escaping the prison following the death of its warden. Of course, all of the prison's guards are alerted, and after escaping through a window, the trio flee across rooftops and through alleyways, evading gunfire throughout. Things take a turn for the worse, but the player has to keep moving, which means navigating the surrounding jungle and diving into the surrounding area. When thinking of escape sequences that embody blockbuster films, Uncharted 4's Infernal Place is a prime example. Bedroom, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard Banned Footage Volume 1 DLC. Though not set in a prison per se, the first volume of Resident Evil 7's Banned Footage DLC sees a new character, Clancy, trying to escape from the Baker's imprisonment. It's a series of ordeals. Since Clancy is handcuffed to a bed in a room and can't protect himself from attacks, he'll need to thoroughly investigate his room, solving puzzles to eventually escape. However, certain instances may cause Margaret Baker to enter the room and stab Clancy if she's found anything suspicious, or just from having a fight with Jack, which effectively resets the room. It's a bit of a trial and error, but a delightfully harrowing experience throughout. A Way Out. Of course, no list of Prison Break titles would be complete without Hazelight Studios' A Way Out. It's not just that the plan to escape takes place over a good portion of the game, but that one must coordinate successfully with their co-op partner to pull it off. This especially applies when breaking out, since the coordination of both players is put to the test. Both must sneak through the interiors and outside during a rainy night, take down any guards, zipline across buildings, and evade gunfire. It's the perfect culmination to all of the planning. That's all for now. If you enjoy what you saw, please hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, now is a great time to subscribe. We upload brand new videos every single day. After subscribing, don't forget to enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you next time, right here on Gaming Bolt.